Welcome to the SVG-TV news for Friday, July 11th. I'm Khalil Kato with the details. Persons may find themselves paying more for garbage collection if they continue to dump illegally. This comes as the Central Water and Sewage Authority continues to urge perpetrators of illegal dumping to refrain from this practice. Collection Superintendent at the Solid Waste Management Unit, Greg Francois, says when they have to clean up areas where garbage is illegally dumped, this comes at a cost.
We recently did a cleanup in Edinburgh which cost some $2,600, and this is probably going to cost a little more than that. And this is money that we should not have had to spend on this. And it's not that we have a lot of money, and of course people like the idea that the cost of garbage collection is low. But if we continue like this, we certainly will have to find ways of getting back that money.
He further provided an alternative to persons who may be guilty of illegal dumping.
Persons with construction waste can hire trucks to take that waste to the landfill. In some instances, we have provided that service at a minimal cost. White goods can be disposed of during the free white goods collection service. And outside of that, if a person has white goods and they do not want to wait, they can call us, and for a minimum cost, we'd be able to dispose of that white goods for you, or you can take it to the landfill yourself. And certainly the same amount of gas and effort that is required to take it here can get you to the landfill. So there's no excuse for this.
The illegal dumping of garbage in Brighton can become a significant health hazard to persons in that area. Earlier today, members of the media, along with the team from the CWSA, were taken on a tour of the area, which has now become a dumping site. Francois says a number of vehicle tires are being dumped in that area, which, on close inspection, shows that they are breeding the Aedes aegypti mosquito, which spreads the chikungunya virus.
There are houses that are within close proximity to this area, so they are going to be affected by those mosquitoes. And we have to remember, you know, all of this is interrelated, because these same people would travel to Kingston and throughout St. Vincent and Grenadines, and if they become affected by this virus, they are going to be brought close to other people who have not even been to this spot.
Francois says that the dumping is a threat not only to that area, but the entire nation on a whole.
We also have a situation where we have the dumping of construction waste. What is significant about this is that construction waste has to be brought here by a truck. And this area is about 5 minutes away from the Solid Waste Management Unit landfill, located in Diamond. And instead of trucking the stuff to that area, people are bringing it here. I can't even call it a shortcut, because both places are close together. We also have the dumping of white goods, and the public knows very well that at least 2 or 3 times per year, the Solid Waste Management Unit offers the public free white goods collection. Yet we see white goods being dumped in this area.
The youths of today are being encouraged not to settle for less and always dream bigger. That's the advice given by the 2006 scholar of the General Employees Cooperative Credit Union, Taj Lee, who was to those who were awarded scholarships and bursaries yesterday by the credit union at the 12th Annual Scholarship Awards ceremony held under the theme, Follow Your Dreams. Lee told the students that their journey has just begun, and they should always push themselves to the limit until they achieve all that they can.
Are going to have to be made to achieve your dreams. Whether you are going to have to watch less television, play less video games, place a limit on the amount of outings that you may attend or socializing with friends. I advise each and every one of you to read ahead. Always push yourself and never be satisfied. Always do more than what is required of you. In our society today, many Vincentians play a little game called 3D. And they use that game to achieve their dreams or to be set for life. But you boys and girls, you don't need to play this game. You can play your own little game of 3D in the form of your determination, because you must have that strong will and persistence to always do well and never give up.
Lee also told the students that dedication and commitment should always be at the forefront of everything they do.
Let your books be your boyfriends and girlfriends. Right. Let them be the last thing that you hold that night and all the first things that you pick up on hand. Love them dearly. And once you play your own game of three, boys and girls, I guarantee that you will all be set for life. Martin Luther King Jr., Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, and Barack Obama all had dreams, and they never gave up on them. And if they can make it.
Earlier today, a group of young boys commenced a 5-week summer camp at the St. Martin Secondary School. The camp is being hosted under the Stand for Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics STEM program. Over the next 5 weeks, the participants will be involved in learning more about ICT and creating applications. Director of the STEM program, Petros Gums, says at the end of the camp, they will be hosting their first robotics competition.
There will be groups and we'll be competing for each robot to complete a task, the fastest and the most efficient one that created easily. So, you're in for a lot of work and it's going to be fun. Whether you're going to improve your regular CSEC work or doing something completely new and innovative for yourself. And I'm hoping that when you finish here, you're not going to leave what you learn here. I know every year the NTRC, I think those are the organization, has an innovative called the I-Square competition, where they allow kids from different schools to enter those competitions to create a little application. And I'm hoping, and I will track you down in your schools, and I'm hoping to find some of you kids in that competition when that time do come around.
Omano Frederick of Rose Place in capital Kingstown has been arrested and charged by the police on 2 separate charges on gun and ammunition possession. He's accused of having a .32 caliber Smith & Wesson revolver along with 12 rounds of ammunition in his possession without a license on July 5th at Rose Place. On Wednesday morning, Frederick was escorted before Senior Magistrate Zoila Ellis Brown and pleaded not guilty to the charges. Bail was allowed in the sum of $10,000 with one surety. He was also to surrender all travel documents to the police and report to the Central Police Station every Friday between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. until the matter is heard on October 5th at the Serious Offences Court. Blondie and Friends not yet ready to let the cat out of the bag for its 2015 production as they continue to celebrate their 2014 Band of the Year title. We have more stories on the local scene when SVG-TV News continues. Welcome back. Opening its mass tent 1 month later than usual was the main tactic employed by Guinness Widelima Hits 103.7 Blondie Bird and Friends to secure the 2014 Band of the Year title. Speaking to SVG-TV News earlier today, leader of the band, Elroy Blondie Bird Boyd, thanked God for successfully seeing the band through another year, adding that its members are feeling a great sense of accomplishment. Bird says their main plan and aim this year was to take back the Band of the Year title from SVG Players International, having lost it in 2013 after doing a hat-trick from 2010.
Is to open our tent a month later because people telling me people was actually scribbling our color scheme. So we do that to spite. That's the first thing we do. We open a month later so it put the bands under more pressure to capture our color scheme. So we've done way out front. You think? And I will have to thank first thing too. I himself want to tell everybody mass alone. I want to tell everybody people who make the mass come. For instance, Guinness, Widelima, Hits FM, them is the people who actually the main sponsor the band. And Joshua, Cobblestone, Keith Boy, My Body, My Lawyer, All Denny, Kids Plus, United Insurance, them the people, because thing was hard this year, was more difficult, and when them people could come up and support the band and move something behind us and thing, you know, it was great. So first thing I had to give them people credit, right? I had to give them people credit. All our masqueraders, we had some new ones this year who indicate they're coming back next year.
Bird describes the year as a great one for Blondie Bird and Friends.
By 32 points. Last year we lose by 5 points, and we won this year by 32 points. That will tell you the amount of impact we cause in town. And we play heat and the tongue actually catch a fire. So it was real great for us this year. We were successful.
Blonderbird says though the band already has its concept for Vincy Mass 2015, it will remain a secret until the launching of the production next year.
We do it with spite. I was one of the operations guy used to talk. I couldn't do that again Saturday, Tuesday night. But them guys say, "Ball, that we start to train the people one and then we take some of the people advice." So right now, them fellas have to bust the brain to catch up on we now. We don't know we band.
So you're saying you're not saying early o'clock what the theme is for 2016, 2015?
No, we want about the contradictory. Right? We want to stay out front now because we don't really make the Carnival is our life. Carnival is life. I myself have 50 years in Mass. So Carnival is a life thing to me. And them fellas tell me must get serious now. So I holding back. I really holding it back to spite. It's a spite walk. Our players calling, we told accent, we know. And we ain't telling them. But we actually don't have we ban.
Vincentians are being invited to what is promising to be the biggest Carnival cooldown ever, featuring a combination of some of the major soca artists and comedians in the business on one stage at the Victoria Park tomorrow night. The show, dubbed Vincy Trini Grinny, is a production of the Caribbean Prestige Foundation, the company behind Trinidad and Tobago's international soca monarch, in collaboration with Full Moon Entertainment. Operations Manager of Caribbean Prestige Foundation, Harandi Ellie, explained that he was encouraged by the positive response the show has gotten so far, and said that it may become an annual event. According to Ellie, the show is already one of the premier after-carnival events in Trinidad and Tobago, and this is the first time they're taking it to another country.
After Carnival cooldown, so the folks should expect a very exciting, funny, entertaining afternoon. These gentlemen here, they will express themselves soon enough and give a little bit of what can be expected. On the airways yesterday, we had Candyman and Fireman, giving a taste of what they're going to bring to the table. But definitely, I think with the embrace that we have gotten, I could safely say this will be the first annual of its kind.
Some of the artists who will be performing at tomorrow night's show visited the studios here at SVG-TV earlier today and gave a taste of what is expected to come.
Well, I can't always push up yourself. Woman first, yes. Listen, it's my favorite song. Started from the bottom, now we here. In the bottom, I ain't got baby. Bottom has got me weak. Talk, honey, talk. When you're talking about bottom, don't hit my top. Okay, but let's get start. Leave the top. Don't hit me, because you're not reaching us. We're here to give you just what we give to all the other islands, and I'm really happy that I'm doing it in St. Vincent this time, because I've been to Grenada all over, and we were dying to come here, to make sure that you get it too, okay?
Yeah, and I think what makes this special too is the mix of the show. Larry and I have been doing sketch comedy over the years, so you're going to get some sketch comedy. We have Peter Joseph Saint, you're going to get some stand-up comedy. We have Peniska, where you'll get Peniska comedy. You understand? So we have a nice mix, and then we have the soca guys coming in and doing Mr. Fireman had a fantastic season.
Mr. Killer.
So